of you have friends and family members that no matter how much they eat, it's like they just never gain weight. While some other people are so careful about what they eat once a day, and at the end of the day, they're not losing weight. They've gone on crash programs, ketogenic diet, Mediterranean diet, intermittent fasting, and yet they are not losing weight. Alright guys, so the truth is I actually don't feel like doing this recording at all. Today is the 11th of November. Today's 11th of November 2020, and the time right now is 4:08 p.m. and I actually don't feel like doing this recording. However, I'm going to do it because I have to, because you have to learn. And that is how working out also works for me. That is how living a healthy lifestyle also works for me, because there are several times I don't feel like it, but I have to do it. Why? Because of its importance. When you go out there and you're driving your vehicle and your fuel gauge starts reading that is getting low, most of the time you don't feel like filling it up. Most of the time you don't even have the cash, but you have to. Why? Because it's important, and if you don't do it, the car is going to stop and you can't move. Now the problem a lot of people have is that because they can't see the instant consequences of not living a healthy lifestyle, most of them just go ahead and live an unhealthy lifestyle until the next 10, 20, 30 years, when they start reaping the ripple effects. But unfortunately, it's too late. And by then, all they have to do is possibly take medications if they have any chronic illness, or they start living a healthy lifestyle then to prevent the chronic illness from progressing, or to also prevent themselves from coming down with more chronic illnesses. So guys, that is how it works. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I don't feel like it, but because I know of how important it is, I have to do it. Sometimes I'm done with working and it's late, and I look at myself, I say, I don't have to do it. But the truth is, I don't have to. But at the same time, I look at the importance, I look at the dangers of procrastinating, because that's the major problem a lot of us have. We say, okay, we're going to start tomorrow. I've met several people that they will tell me, okay, don't worry, that's your skipping club. I'm going to join from the beginning of November. And I tell them, okay, it's 5th of November, you've not joined, and you're like, don't worry, from the 1st of December, I'm going to start. Procrastination. If you're always having challenges in committing to anything or doing anything significant, one thing I'll always tell you is start now. You can start by giving yourself 5 minutes. You can start by giving yourself 10 minutes. Because if you don't make this priority, it's not going to be possible for you to fulfill it. Why a lot of people find it difficult to commit to this fitness journey is because they don't see it as priority. You see posting on Instagram as priority, and so you make out time to post on Instagram. You see going to work as priority. Of course, if you don't go to work, they are going to sack you. A lot of us, if we have the opportunity of not going to work and still get paid, we are going to do it. So because you know that, oh, if you don't go to work, you're not going to be paid, you make it a priority and you go to work. You know that if you don't eat, you're going to starve, you're going to feel miserable. And so a lot of us, we eat because it is priority. Until you make working out a priority, it's going to be very difficult for you to go through with it all through the rest of your life. Most of us that live this healthy lifestyle for 3, 5, 10 years is because of we have made it a priority. And so we create time to work out. We create time to eat healthy. We create time to buy fruits. We create time to cook. If we can't cook, we create time to hire someone that can cook, and not just going out for fast foods, drinking fizzy drinks, lounging on the bed, taking alcohol to stupor, and just pressing our phones all day long. Whatever is priority to you, you're going to make out time for it. Another thing a lot of people don't understand is that whether you lose weight or you gain weight, you will need to maintain it. I see people going on crash courses and saying, oh, they want to lose weight. So they're going for a 3-month program, they're going for a 6-month program, they're going for a 1-year program. They want to lose 10 kg, 20 kg, 30 kg. Yeah, what happens thereafter when you've lost it and you go back to your bad, unhealthy lifestyle? You're going to regain it again. So there's nothing like a permanent weight loss or a permanent weight gain. Personally, I have struggled with gaining weight because after eating all the things that required me to gain weight, I stopped eating them. And of course, because of how much exercise I do, I lose the weight. So people that also cut down on the amount of food they eat and try to cut off some certain foods and start exercising, by the time they get to their desired weight and they stop doing all these things, of course, they're going to gain all the weight back. So it's important for you to know that no matter the crash program that you venture on, at the end of the day, when you achieve your target, you will still need to do everything you were doing. You may not do it as intense as you were doing it when you were trying to, of course, achieve that goal, but nonetheless, you will still do them so that you can maintain that weight that you've gained or you've lost. You have to understand how these things work. A lot of you have friends and family members that no matter how much they eat, it's like they just never gain weight. While some other people are so careful about what they eat once a day, and at the end of the day, they're not losing weight. They've gone on crash programs, ketogenic diet, Mediterranean diet, intermittent fasting, and yet they are not losing weight. All this, most of the time, is tied to something called the basal metabolic rate. This basal metabolic rate actually calculates the amount of energy that you can burn at a particular time while your body is at rest. So most of us just think that is when we're exercising that our body just burns all the fats, or when we're not eating at all, our body's not saving all the fat. No. All the time, your body is in constant motion. So as you're breathing, blood is flowing through your veins, your body's digesting food, you're thinking. All this involves energy. And some people have their basal metabolic rate really high in such a way that whenever they consume food, their body breaks it down really fast. Whatever activity that they do, their body just runs really fast, and so it is difficult for them to gain weight. While some people have a slow basal metabolic rate, such that no matter how much activity that they do, their body tries as much as possible to reserve energy. Hormones, the kind of food we eat, our level of activity, the kind of things that we drink, all affect our basal metabolic rate. And there are some certain things that you can do that can increase your basal metabolic rate, and there are some certain things that you can also do that can decrease your basal metabolic rate. We're going to talk about that in another episode. So why it's so difficult for people to actually just keep up with their fitness journey is because of that instantaneous results. They just want it right now. They just want to see the effect right away, and it really doesn't work like that. You have to understand that this thing takes time. So you have to understand that if you really want to embark on this journey, you have to decide first that it is a lifetime journey. It's not something that you're going to start and you're going to stop. Because when you start and you stop, your body is going to get back to how it was. It's going to get back to your status quo. So you have to understand that this is a lifetime journey. And when you've gotten to your goal, you can start doing things that will maintain that position that you want to be in. So let me reveal a secret to you. I know that most of the time it's always easy for me to start and just keep up with my working out, keep up with whatever I want to do, but I've always had one challenge, and that has been starting and continuing on my flexibility journey. Yes, I don't have a problem with doing my cardio. I don't have a problem with doing my strength training. I don't have a problem doing my core training, but my flexibility has always been a challenge. Over the past 3 years, I've always started and I've stopped. But right now, I'm going to make a commitment to you. And From next week, you can always ask me how far has it gone, because I will always give you an update. So another thing that can help you guys is when you start on this journey, try to be accountable to someone, to something. Because if you're accountable to your diary and you tell yourself, anytime I work out, I'm going to write it down, you'll try as much as possible to make sure that you work out and always write it down in your diary. If you're accountable to your friend and you tell your friend, oh, anytime I don't work out, I'm going to give you, you can try with 100 naira or 50 naira. And your friend is that kind of person that, of course, she can hold you accountable, and you start it and she keeps reminding you, oh, you're owing me 15 naira. Anytime you remember that, even if it may not be so significant to you, but anytime you remember that, you know that, okay, you're committed to doing this. One thing I did that made it seamless for me and easy for me this year was I was always posting on social media. It wasn't really, I didn't care who was actually saying it, but I made a commitment that I was always going to post my workouts on social media from the 1st of January. So when I started and it got to 2nd, 3rd, 4th month, sometimes I don't even feel like it, but when I remember that, oh, I have to post on social media, so I go ahead and I do my workouts and I eat my fruits and I drink my water and I make sure I post on social media. If you've actually derailed, it's normal. We're human beings. Sometimes some things that we don't even expect, they come and they just kind of disrupt our life. But the most important thing is that you recognize that you've made a commitment somewhere. You made a commitment 1 year ago, you made a commitment 1 month ago, and you really want to get back. So go pick up wherever you left off and start this journey. Please put down in the comment section if there's anything you want to commit to in your fitness journey or in any other part of your life. And let's all just get accountable to each other, okay? Most importantly, I hope that you don't give up on yourself. So just start today, don't procrastinate, start today, and let's see how far we can take this our fitness journey. So till I come your way again, same time next week, Wednesday, I remain Dr. Obelt. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification, and I'll see you next week, Wednesday.